he's in the hospital and I don't think he's going to make it through the night. I said, okay. See, he had got cancer a few months back, the year before. There he is right there. Go back to the first one. He had gotten cancer. Beat cancer, actually. He came out in remission. I guess through that, started having complications. Couldn't eat. Kidneys were failing. His lungs at the point where I saw him was collapse. So this was about 2:30. So I began to pray. Just pray. About 5:30, I remember, like, man, I'm hungry. Get up, go to the kitchen. I pull my plate out, go to get the food. And in the midst of that, I told Lindsay, my wife, and my food never made it to the plate. I said, I need to go see Vince. I said, okay. So I'm driving up there. And again, I feel like I'm doing what God is asking me to do. I feel like I'm following that nudge that the Holy Spirit is telling me to do. So I'm driving, and I'm praying. And as I'm driving, I remember praying. I said, okay, Lord, I feel like I'm doing your will at this point. Like I'm being guided by you. All I ask is you give me time alone with him. That's all I ask. And if you know me, I don't like death. I don't like funerals. I don't like any of that. If someone's crying, I'm the first one crying. I'm right behind you. I am that emotional guy. I ended up parking on the opposite side of the ICU, so I had to walk through the whole building. And as I'm walking through, I remember I could feel myself tear up a little bit. But immediately I remember saying, okay, I'm not here to cry. I'm not here to cry. I'm here to come see my friend. So I got off the elevator. People were coming in. You know, they're leaving. I'm coming in. They're crying. I continued walking through the halls. There's a crowd. And then one of the ladies says, hey, you can go in. No one's in there. He's alone. Okay. Now it's coming back to my head. Okay, well, it's kind of lining up now. I feel like I'm here. I asked to be alone. Now I'm actually alone. So I walk in. This is my friend. That's what I've always known. This is the guy. He's an athletic guy. He runs, plays. So I walk in, and then the next thing, this is what I walk into. Completely not what I was expecting. The door is actually on that far side. So I came in, and this is what I walked into. So I come around the machines and come on this side. So I'm literally facing him. So I grabbed his hand on this side and begin to pray for him. Just praying, telling him to get up, God's will. I believe I don't know exactly what it was said at the time. I remember telling him that what's inside of him is bigger than any of this that he's facing right now. To put it in perspective to where he's at this point, this is ICU. He's already on the tubes. His son is on his way. His daughter is flying in the next day. She's set to arrive about noon. This is about 6 o'clock, 6:30 at this point. And they're going to decide to pull the plug on him. He's had strokes, I guess, at this point. His lungs, his kidneys, he's done. So people are saying their goodbyes. I remember going in there and I said, you know what, I'm not saying my goodbye. I don't think this is God's will for this man to die right now through what's going on. Begin to pray for him. I remember the point. I grabbed his hand, started praying for him. His eyes opened up. I remember his eyes opening up, and then him begin to twitch, and like he's trying to speak. I could see his tongue moving through the side of the vent, and his body came at me. And I remember I had his hand, but when he started to move and come at me, I flinched.